we're here from KKaties Burger Bar. I'm Luke.
I'm Jess.
And we're here with the Big and Small podcast here. Happy to have you guys.
Always welcome.
Always welcome. You know?
Get them up, boys.
Cheers.
We got
Cheers. Episode 17. Let's go.
Number 17.
Kicking it off.
You got it.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you very much. So, Dougie, how we doing on sound, kid?
So far, so good.
That's good. All right,
Should be
so,
able to tweak some stuff when it's on the actual computer, but I think we're gonna do it right.
all right, cool. I like it.
Maybe we can get some money in the budget to.
Yeah. Well, as always, sponsors,
sponsorships.
Bud Light, I know you're kind of hurting for some people. Maybe we'll throw some money our way.
Yes. Okay, so episode 17.
Well, why don't we just start, just quick, Doug. So just be aware, we want to thank them for having us tonight.
Yeah, thanks, KKaties, for having us.
KKaties is a local burger bar, downtown Plymouth. Very popular spot.
It's actually my Friday night go-to.
Big's here basically every Friday. I'm here probably on average twice a week. They also have another one.
the over on
KKaties has KKaties also. They have another one in Marshfield, and I believe another one in Hyannis.
Yep.
And
There's
just
an express down in like.
It's an Express in Manamee, yeah.
Animate, and
KKaties Express.
Jay's the manager. He didn't want to come on, but Jay's an awesome guy. Hooked us up, brought out some apps. Sorry, we already
Unbelievable
ate one
apps.
of them, and half the chips. We're gonna do a wing review later on.
Okay.
And then they're bringing us some sodas as we go. So just if you're ever in Plymouth, KKaties is a must get. You got to get to it.
Yep, and we already warned the patrons that we're doing this right now, so there's no interruption, so we'll be fine. So we get on the roll, Dougie.
So we're gonna start off with the Celtics.
Ugh.
I mentioned to you guys earlier, I hate that Marcus Smart is becoming the fall guy for them losing. I don't agree with it. Everybody goes and they says they need to get tougher. They need to do this. They need to do this. Why can't Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum be tougher? Why is your toughest guy the first one to get shipped off if it comes to that?
I think it's because he's like such a loud presence, and he's like the veteran guy there. I think he intimidates Brown and Tatum. I think they're intimidated into him doing his thing, and they're afraid that if they impose their will, it's going to shut him down. That's what I think is going
Jaylen
on.
Brown has still been there for what, 5 years?
Yeah, but he was there. He's been there longer. He's more of a veteran. Would you be upset if they traded Marcus Smart?
No.
I wouldn't be upset. I would be upset with the reasoning behind it.
If you get value for that guy, if you get another Derek White for that guy, home run.
The problem with
Know your role.
Yeah, but it's nobody on the team has stones.
No,
They're still going to be in the same position. They're still going to be soft.
No, I don't disagree there. Marcus Smart has stones, but he doesn't have the brains to go with the stones. Like, he takes really bad shots at really bad times.
Well, the problem Marcus Smart is, let me hear me. First of all, he thinks and has too much power within the coaching organization.
Absolutely.
For his ability level.
Absolutely.
He, bottom line, sure in hell, when Tatum in Game 7, I mean, that's what Jaylen Brown really concerns me. Game 7, when Tatum obviously tweaked his ankle, and it was a high ankle sprain, no doubt that's tough. So I'm not going to give him a full pass, but I'll give him a little. But there's the time for Jaylen Brown to show up. There's to be you be the 50-point guy. Marcus Smart, you have a game.
Yes.
But when the leadership overall is so pathetic that I don't, and the biggest thing that concerns me the most is they don't have a point guard.
No.
Marcus Smart is not a point guard. If he wanted to play strictly as a point guard, then I would be like, we've got a special guest coming by. He's got his there he is. Come on in, say hello. What do you got? A nice shirt for me?
Oh, here he goes.
Oh, he's got his Tommy. Say hi, Tommy, to the podcast.
Tommy Latham checking in
Chuck shirt here.
with his
He
good
was
Chuck
down in
shirt.
Florida and playing in Forces, right?
Yeah, the Armed Forces tournament.
Yeah, very nice.
How'd it go?
Oh, went great.
Yeah?
Went 5-0. Started out in the 3rd division. Moved up to the 2nd. And took home the championship.
Wow,
What's
congratulations.
your stat line?
Just, I'm getting old, 49 and a half, 285 pounds.
Big morale guy, you know?
some young kids on the team, setting them up. Only a couple goals. Started the tournament off with the first goal of the tournament. That's,
He was at Game 6 of the Celts.
Game four.
Game four, sorry.
And game 4 of the Panthers. And they clinched.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was there. Yeah, he was there. He ran into Big Dan.
Yes, I did. Yes. I did run into Big Dan. Great guy. Great local guy. Successful restaurants here in Plymouth.
So that's it, buddy. So we're doing a little party here. We're getting wrapped
Yeah, we
up.
just started
Wanna
off
stick
talking
around
a
for
little postseason Celts talk.
Oh, actually, yeah. Before you guys started, I happened to talk to big coach Mr. Hilton over there, and I don't understand. I'm not a basketball guy, but they missed so many threes. In my opinion, if they just took the 2 half the time, they would have won the game and won the series.
You go
The nerds say don't do that.
go to plan. You got to go to Plan B when Plan A is not working.
Yeah, I mean, Shaq and what's his name?
Charles.
Mr. Charles Barkley. They said it the best. Like, if you're 0 for 10, you got to do something
Keep
different,
doing it.
no?
Oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's a joke. But you know what? Let's come back with the same coach next year.
Well, I'll share a stat to that whole thing. I showed it to these guys. So this is a fact about the threes. The Celtics, talk about living and dying. Record when shooting 39.5% or better. Regular season, they were 33-1. Playoff 7-1. Combined 40-2. Record when shooting below that. Regular season 24-24. Playoffs 4-8. Combined 28-32.
That's the definition of living and dying by the three.
It's disgusting.
Definition.
I understand that, but if any team goes out and shoots 40% from 3, they're probably going to win.
Yeah, 100%.
I know, but they live by it. They're good enough to do that.
understand that.
That's the problem. Other teams
I
try and
understand
take that many threes. They won't make that many, and they don't win.
I mean, 40 games, they shot better than 40%. That's pretty good. This is better than most.
Can't be a one-trick pony in the playoffs.
Compare that to the Bruins, then, guys. I mean, great regular season. What's it do when you go for the hardware? Didn't
So
work
you
out
think if they had Cassidy as a coach, they'd be in the finals? Yeah. See, tough question.
it is a tough question, but I mean, look at he's there with the new team.
I know he is.
He's in the Cup Finals. I mean, he might be a hard-nosed coach. He had success with the Bruins, and then
True.
I think.
And for all intents and purposes, would you say the Vegas Knights have less talent than the Bruins?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, I do. I mean, you got Pasta, you got Krejci came back, Bergeron.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Marchand.
Marchand's one of the best ones in the league, getting old as a hard-nosed player. I mean, actually, people in our area here, I gave props to Matty Tkachuk, he could be the all-time clutch
He's a stud.
hockey player in the playoffs right now.
And they traded him straight up for Haberdoo, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, from
Calgary.
Calgary. I know it was Canadian.
They traded him straight up. The two of them swapped.
Not being hockey
Imagine
guys
that.
around here, people call him a punk. And I don't think he's a punk.
No.
He's a great hockey player. I compared him to Marchand,
He's a winner.
but
He's
more
better than
talent
Marchand.
and more size.
He's better.
Yeah, and he's in a local family. His father, Keith,
Tkachuk?
he actually grew up. He was a BU guy. Keith grew up in Melrose and Medford.
Yeah, what is he, Malden Catholic?
Malden Catholic.
Yeah, and then actually his family, I talk to his aunt almost every day up at the, I'm a world-renowned truck driver here, Tommy the Trucker, and we're at Conley Terminal, his grandfather, Keith's father, and Keith's mother, his grandmother, still work at Conley Terminal today with his Aunt Mary Kay. Like, it's a local family.
Wow, yeah.
So I got nothing but the...
I love the shirt. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Maddie, if you listen to the thing. If you want to, either get me tickets or some autographs, I spent, you cost me $1,000 just in hardware down there at the Florida arena.
So let me ask you this: since you're a hockey guy through and through, obviously, what do you think are the biggest needs for the Bruins to do in the offseason? Coach, right here.
So I got a list. So here's the list.
Without looking, I bet one of the number one things on that list is to get tougher in the playoff. Playoff hockey is a different season. The Panthers are proving it right now that you have to be physical. I mean, look at the Bruins. That Pastrnak did nothing. He had one beautiful goal that meant nothing. Because I think they were already up in that game when he scored that between the leg thing or whatever he did.
Yeah.
But other than that, he didn't do anything.
Well, I think.
So the big
look at
question-
the stats. Pasta was your leading hits guy in game
In the
7.
last game,
He had
yeah.
like 4 hits.
He had the most hits in the last game.
That was scary. It
Were
was
they meaningful hits? There's a difference between a hit and a meaningful hit, too.
But why is he leading your team?
Well, he shouldn't be. With Bertuzzi, Marchand, going back, I know you guys were probably talking about more Celtics, but Olaf and Lindbergh.
Lindholm.
Lindholm.
Tough series.
I thought they were subpar in playoffs.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people calling for Lindholm to get traded. Orlov's an unrestricted free agent, so you got to sign him.
Is he the one that was it him or Hathaway that said he wants to go back to Washington anyway? Did either of them?
Well, both of them are free agents. I don't know if Orlov wants to go back or not, but they're both free agents. Bergeron's a free agent. Bertuzzi's a free agent. They want to sign him. He wants like $7 million.
I think Berger retires.
Foligno's a free agent. Nosic's a free agent. Clifton's a free agent, and Krejci's a free agent. What's up, brother? How are you? We are rolling right now.
How you doing, Mr. Chef?
Come on in, Chef. Say hello. Talk about
Hey everybody.
What?
Okay, can you see?
Oh, can you get in there somehow?
No, I don't need this. I don't need
Sit in
this.
my lap. You've done it
How's the
before.
food?
Food is excellent.
it's delicious.
Thank you very much.
Delicious.
Terrific.
What are you guys chatting about?
Good. Introduce yourself. Get in
Hi,
there.
I'm Corey.
Tell them what you do and everything.
Corey the chef.
I'm the kitchen manager here at KKaties. Burger
Kitchen
Bar.
manager, beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know. What are you guys chatting about?
You excited for your new kitchen in
Can't
August?
wait. Can't wait. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. It's
So let me ask you this: so the new place in August, are you gonna have a different menu or more to the menu, or?
it'll be a completely different menu. I mean, we're gonna stick to burgers, but we're gonna have a mac and cheese portion of the menu where we'll do all sorts of different ingredients, chicken or whatever with the mac and cheese. And
I
that's
like
gonna be homemade sauce, noodles. Not homemade noodles, but and then we're talking about doing a little bit more.
Any soups?
Desserts, soups for sure. Chili,
Big salad guy over there.
Yeah, he knows.
No. Coach, he's talking about me.
So let me ask you this though: I heard that this place here they want to make it a pizza place. Would you have any of that pizza at the new place?
I don't think so. I think that's the plan so far.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really involved in it, but that's what I've heard. So we'll see. They're still working out the kinks.
So you're in charge of the menu at the new place.
I'll be over there. Yep.
Nice.
So
Love it.
Kitchen in the new place?
yeah, beautiful new equipment. About the same length, but a little bit wider. Big problem with our kitchen here is we don't have a lot of space to lay out food.
There's a lot of big people in there too.
Yeah, we get some big bodies. I'm excited. I can't wait. And there's air conditioning in there, so.
That's key. That's key.
Sure.
Key for the kitchen.
I'm trying to think what else we're adding to the menu. I want to put a short rib burger on the menu.
Oh, that'd be good.
Soups for sure.
I didn't mean to bite his head off after he was walking away.
I'd like a steak too on the menu, but we'll see.
I ate a tomahawk down in Fort Lauderdale.
Maybe a nice strip roast or a strip, something like
That'd be
that.
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
What are
good
you
luck
guys
with
talking about right now?
Right now we're talking about the Bruins.
The Bruins?
Yeah, the bees, a little bit of bees.
You got a little
What kind of
sidetrack.
Bruin news is going on right now?
Basically just like the list of what we have for free agents and unrestricted free agents. What do we think the biggest concern is going in? And kind of the biggest question was if Cassidy was still the coach, would the Bruins be in the finals right now? Considering he took a less talented team there.
Right. That's a good question. I don't think the players didn't like him though, right? Was
Right.
that the issue with them?
Yeah.
And they like Montgomery, so who knows?
I think
It's like the same question you could ask about the Celtics, like with
If Udoka was the coach,
was the coach.
he'd be they'd be in the finals.
Right.
No doubt in my mind. Yeah.
I actually agree with that. I think that's true because I think he was a little bit more of a hard ass.
Like I said, the whole podcast is when guys come off the floor and they're not performing, he's here.
Yeah.
Right? He's a 6'9" dude.
Yeah.
Like pissed off when you're coming off the court. Better than this guy that's like whatever he is.
He likes his women too.
And he's like, yeah, I know. But I mean, like,
I said there was
Missoula's looking up at these
negative
guys.
PR for a week and it's done.
Yeah, they could have definitely just outlasted that and waited for it to
100%.
die down. People would have forgot about it.
But you know what it is? I mean, I don't know what happened. I have no clue what happened, but I guarantee you it involves some ownership person that said, get him out of here.
Yeah, well, he was sleeping with like the travel secretary's wife or something like that.
Well, if that person's not involved in ownership, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
Sorry.
people have done a lot worse.
Yeah.
And stayed
But
in
I think they like, I think they found out about it and they were like, give it a rest, and he kept doing it. And then I think at one point was like, we're done, and he kept kind of.
Well, the biggest thing, whatever happened.
Yeah.
But what drives you crazy at Boston sports media people, they keep bringing up that what's his name? The GM, Stevens.
Brad.
It was his decision. His decision. It was not his decision.
No.
It's the owner decision.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. That shouldn't even be a discussion. If players were mad, they get mad at the owner. Stevens had nothing to do with it. He was just trying to salvage the situation.
Yeah.
But get back to what we talked about. It's just, that. But how they just collapsed in that final game. It's just what we talked about, the threes and the craziness of the threes, the lack of structure, the lack of discipline. We've already talked about this. It was all evident. And Stevens' press conference was gross. Basically just said, oh, it was a nice little year.
Yeah.
Making no changes. Why would you already announce you're bringing the coach back? Why don't you take a deep
I think
breath?
that's a mistake because everybody here knows that if you brought if Ime was still here, you'd be in the finals. Knowing that the coach was an issue, and now you're going to double down and say he's the first one back for next year.
It's like when you retire, you don't come out and say you want to sleep on it. You want to go through it because now if he does fire him or bring someone else, he's going to look like a liar.
Right, totally. Just let it digest it, figure it out. I think going back to the Bees though, Orloff, if he wants to sign, is a big sign.
Yeah.
Lindholm's not going anywhere because he's under contract.
No, but they could trade him.
Yeah, but what are you going to get?
Omar's probably gone.
You know, he's a good player.
So
goal
who
is-
are your number one
And-
free agent targets? So you guys are talking about.
Bertuzzi, you gotta go after.
Bertuzzi. Omar's probably gone, right?
They're gonna trade Omar because they can't keep because Swayman's a restricted free agent, so they got to sign him. He'll be cheaper though than Omar's
So
$5
you're gonna
million.
trade him, or is he a free agent?
No, they're gonna trade him. He's $5 million a year. I mean, you can't have two goalies, making a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you got to bring the next guy up, whoever that is. But yeah, they'll
I don't think
trade.
there was that much of a difference between the two.
No, Omar's bigger. He's a bigger dude.
He had a great year. You can't don't knock him for that. He had one of the best years.
No, fantastic year.
So I mean, his trade value is through the roof.
He's older too, right?
A little bit, not too bad.
Oh, really?
A few years or something, three or four, something.
But the amazing part about Vegas' run, I think they've had used 10 different goalies this year at one point. Wow.
Yeah.
It's insane.
You know, I didn't get a chance to say how great you guys are doing this podcast. Just your background, your knowledge of each sport, tremendous. All three. I'm just.
All right, what do you want for a beer?
You know what else? You know what else an interesting stat? Coach and I were talking about it earlier. Since the Panthers were down 3-1 to the Bruins, they've gone 11-1.
Wow. Oh yeah, they have. They were talking about that down there. 11-1. They only lost one to Toronto. Obviously, they swept Carolina, even though. What's his name there? The coach there, Mr.
Talkett?
No,
down in Carolina?
Yeah.
Tortorella?
No.
Brindamore. Brindamore says they didn't get swept. So maybe his rationale to that is they got beat every game. They didn't lose.
Yeah.
They lost to a better team. They got beat by a better team, rather. But that was his quote in his press conference.
So what's Tommy the Trucker's prediction?
I'm going to go Panthers in 6.
6.
I think. Kachuk. It's tough being in that. You don't get to watch them all year long. I go to bed up early, so I don't get to see too many of those games. So
No, it's ridiculous.
Truck
That's another
sleep,
topic.
you know?
And but watching him now over the last 2 months, he's clutch. I mean, great guy. I mean, another shout out to actually at that military tournament, Mr. Ryan Lomberg. I got a picture in my phone, me and him. He's great to the veterans down there. The Panthers Warrior who won the 3rd division down there. He's friends with some of the guys on the team. He comes, supports the veterans, and he's not even American. He's a Canadian. He's from Toronto.
Well, nobody's perfect, you know.
But he might as well go support the veterans because his army ain't getting anything done.
The Canadian Army when I was in Afghanistan, they had street hockey down in Canada. So I mean, they brought their national sport. So that's great for them. Yeah, no, Mr. Lomberg, he's a good guy. Took time out to take pictures with our kids, and it was something else down there in Lauderdale. I tell you, it's now a hockey community. Good down there. So.
It's amazing.
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, imagine the sad part is they rolled through to the Stanley Cup. The Bruins are sitting there up 3-1.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, you couldn't win one game.
Up 3-1 and squander that is brutal. And especially how they saw the matchup with Kachuk, which exactly you say, tough kid. I love the Bennett kid too.
The hit he
but
had.
I'm like, you can't go back with a banged up Bergeron. and put Bergeron, and then Krejci, who wasn't prepared to be in the series, frankly, had no business matching up with them in Game 6 and 7. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I saw Coach look when I said it, but
Well, he's got the full unit. He's got the T-shirt.
I know,
everything.
he does.
my underwear's Panthers too.
Are you on emergency? Are you on emergency call for tonight? Just in case they need somebody?
Maybe 20-something years ago, and about 85 pounds ago, but it's that hit though. Bennett.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, what a hit.
What's puck drop at 8? Something like that?
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
8:10 something.
Yeah.
Who knows if they're on time?
So Florida was the 8th seed, right? And,
Yeah.
And what's Vegas? What were they?
No, they were like 1 or 2. No, they were 1 or 2.
It's weird. Hockey's a sport like that. The seeds really don't matter.
No.
They never.
And that's, I heard people saying that that's the problem with hockey because it's so random who's going to end up there. Like the NBA, the best teams and the best players are probably going to end up.
Well, Miami's an 8th seed. So
Yeah, they are. But I mean, like,
They were both hurt all year though. The
Right,
Heat and
right.
the Panthers. I mean, their seed didn't.
but
dictate.
usually you get the best players and the best teams, and it's set up like that so they end up in the finals. And hockey's just so random.
Yeah, it's random.
Well, we talked about that. We talked about that on our podcast before.
Yeah.
Just like you knew the Celtics were going to be in the finals.
Well, you knew they were going to make a good run.
And see what happens.
Yeah.
Unforgivable though, both teams.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day.
The problem is, the problem that I'm seeing is, in this area, it's becoming okay to lose. And it's aggravating because, I mean, we were kids, like, every year, like, every team was, even the Patriots, like, I mean, the goal was to make the playoffs and go far.
Yeah.
When
You
we
know,
were kids?
Well, not kids, but, 20 years ago. 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
Well, you're still a big kid.
20 years ago.
I mean, it depends on
20
what you
years ago.
consider.
Sorry. 20 years ago. Right?
Well, yeah. Let's say I've been down here for 20 years, so basically in
I
that
was a
realm of things,
30-something-year-old kid back
that's
then.
when the Patriots were and
We
everything.
accepted a North Shores fella down here too.
I know. I know. He's
I guess we can look past that.
He's fitting pretty good. He's all right. He's contributing.
All right, Doug. What do we got? We got to move
Wow,
on.
Dougie, we kind of went on a little tangent there, but
Panthers were a 2 seed.
I'm thinking Tommy the Trucker's going to be a regular guest on Big and Small.
I mean, it's all right. It's fun.
Well, when we do this up at HOH, Tommy.
in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I can take this on the road.
Yeah.
As long as PPD's okay with it.
That might be a little rated X, rated R.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, there was some rated things when I was in Lauderdale too. But I saw Mr. Kenny Smith at a place. Just leave it at that. He walked by.
Kenny Smith, the TNT guy?
TNT guy. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I said hi to Kenny as he walked by.
I'll tell you one guy that I'd like to.
That's
I'd
Melrose is down there all the time too. In Fort
Oh,
Lauderdale.
is he?
Barry Melrose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen him down there.
I think Barkley's the funniest though on TNT. He ripped the Celtics. I loved it.
And he was cheering for the Celtics.
He was.
So he-
Yeah, because I think he had some money on the Celtics.
I don't
Sure.
think he bets though. I think that's.
You don't think he bets? Are you shitting me?
It's just like you.
He bets.
It's just like you didn't partake in any entertainment in Lauderdale.
No, I did not. I did not. It happened to be in Miami.
Okay. Better
The
spot
night
for that.
after Game 4. Oh, speaking, the Celtic Game 4 there was electric inside when they won Game 4. I think I brought them luck for that. Down 3-0. Different atmosphere down there. I don't know if you guys been.
Because they don't give a shit. They
There's no
don't-
bars.
Oh, really?
There's no bars around the arena. There's one inside. That's where I met Terrific Dan in a hotel bar after the Miami game that Tuesday night.
I love it. That's a good trip. All right, let's go, Doug.
So we're good with Celtics, good with Bruins. The debacle in Foxborough is next on the agenda. The Hopkins sweepstakes. What are we thinking?
I hope they get him.
I do too.
I think he wants too much money.
I don't think they will, but I think they're.
Because if he
I hope they
wanted
get
like
him.
$5-6 million a year, he'd probably have 15 offers from 15 different teams
they
to
have-
go.
they have plenty of
and he
money.
could just have his pick of the litter.
They're
plenty of money.
13.
They have
They're
plenty of money.
13 under the
Yeah.
cap right now.
That's probably what he would want.
Yeah.
Like that. And if
I would assume
football's
so.
great
I think
because it's no risk.
mid-teens
Yeah.
is probably what he's.
It's no risk because
I
if
think
he's a
you're going to
stiff,
see
you
him in
cut him.
Cleveland. That's right.
Well, I mean, Deshaun Watson. I mean, I think they're the odds on favorite. So they're Cleveland's plus 100 to get him, and the Celtics are plus 1,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could
Patriots?
Yeah.
You said the Celtics.
Did I say the Celtics? I got a little.
Interesting. Be interesting to see it out
Hey, I
there.
mean, I think they're not going for any soccer players on the Patriots now for the kicker or something.
I got a little.
They go
Maybe
after the
they call
draft
some
players.
revolution guys.
I got a little Rickie-itis. But yeah,
My biggest thing with the Pats, so again, is
Their quarterback stinks.
I don't know.
He doesn't stink. I don't think he
fine.
stinks. He's gonna be
I
fine.
think that the offensive line is a joke,
the offensive line is a key to anything.
and that's going to be a problem.
I'm with you. I think he's.
The lovely Lisa
I don't
just
think
shows
he's the
up.
guy.
I think he stinks.
I think you think.
And even if it came down to it that he's smarter than the coaching staff, this and that's happening, your best way to go about it is to throw a tantrum on the field like you're a kid in Toys R Us? Right. Come on. Mature a little bit.
Speaking of kids and
And
Toys R Us,
and then he goes on in his
I'm so upset right now.
well, then he goes on in OTAs and it's like, I'm used to, playing in winning programs. I'm from Alabama. I don't give a shit. You're playing for the Patriots now. I don't like it. I don't like the aura.
Wow.
Get him out of here.
Dougie's
I love the
negative.
passion right there. Like,
Yeah.
I thought about that.
I think
Wow.
he stinks. I think
Well,
he stinks.
I think you're bringing your command voice.
He's
in
working
there.
those coastal cocktails too, which you like.
Those are non-alcoholic. I think
By the way, his wife was due today.
Today.
Due dates today.
Dougie's here on the
She
podcast.
is miserable.
Podcast over baby.
What's that?
Podcasting over baby.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you'd leave. I mean, if not, I can stand in. I got two. So if she pops, I'll head up there for you till your podcast over.
Yeah, no, she's miserable. So it's just her and the dog at the house. I hope it comes soon. Obviously no season.
They don't know, boy or girl. They don't know.
Yeah, we're not finding out. Gotta
That's
find
good.
out the delivery
We
room.
talked about that before. That my first. I didn't find out either.
Yeah, so
You
we're
can
excited. It's
look
just
for
the kind
nuggets.
of the fear of the unknown at this point. Like you don't know when it's. I just hope that I'm home for it. I'm not working in Boston.
Oh my God! You gotta
There
come
he
in and
is,
say
Mark
hello.
Ryan.
Here, I'll move out.
Say hi, big Mac.
I'll talk
You're
to
on the
you guys.
podcast. You're the big and small. Get in and
Right now,
hi.
say hey.
They're live right here.
Sorry.
No, get in there. No, we want you on there. Come on, hurry up.
Still chicken wing though.
Do it.
There you go. Do your thing.
They're under
That's
review. You gotta say hello.
Review.
What
Come
are you
on, say
doing?
Marky
I'll
Ryan.
say hello. I'm Phil's today. Just got out of work.
Who are you here with?
Carrie's across the room going to something, but I saw Lisa coming this way.
Yeah, she's over there. If you want to go say hi for you guys. You guys gonna eat here?
The lovely Lisa's here.
Oh, La Bamba?
Apparently.
I haven't eaten there yet. You guys eaten there yet?
I have.
Good, bad.
It was good going down.
There we go, Mr. Latham. I'll get
A few hours later,
Look at that. Oh,
a few hours later, it was suspect.
You guys' ratings might go down now.
These are good.
They're on the review. That's our top 3 coming up. We're gonna talk.
Are they Buffalo?
No, these are Buffalo. There's something else.
Sweet.
Hey, I sent you some properties to look at, by the way.
Gold Rush. Love it.
Hey, make sure you check your email. I sent you some properties to look at. I saw another one today.
Really?
I
Where?
can send it.
I've
North
been
Plymouth.
non-stop in Quincy.
I know. These are different though. Outside boat talk.
Big
I
and
saw
small.
Ben's listing today. I was perusing MLS a little bit. Parada.
Yeah.
On, Russell Mills or
Yeah,
whatever it is. It's not bad. It's just like a time capsule.
That's right where
Like 72 and
Yeah.
nobody's touched a single thing. in
firefighter
it.
Ben?
He gets all those listings.
No, the real estate, like Ben and Kate Real
Oh,
Estate.
oh, okay.
That guy. Good guy.
He might be on the podcast.
You golf? You golf?
I golf.
Ben,
but,
you know Ben. He plays hockey.
work.
He plays hockey sometimes.
Oh, that Ben. He
Parada,
played.
yeah.
Oh, he played yesterday. He played.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Dude, you gotta come down to the golf league.
I'll try Tuesdays.
Go it there.
Hey, we roll with a Fisherman now, so come on, we'll make it a 6-some. I don't give a damn.
Now I got the boats in the water, so it's nice out on my now.
Ooh, podcast on the boat? Oh, picking up for a pod on the
Oh,
boat?
we can fit us in there. Absolutely.
I like it.
Can you imagine middle of Plymouth Bay?
Crazy.
Where are we gonna get the electricity?
You're gonna.
What?
Electricity?
Just as long as the,
Battery?
Oh, we can get one of those Honda generators.
yeah, those are
Sit that up
quiet.
there.
100%.
Wow.
1000% even.
Oh, that'd be a must see.
Yeah.
CTV.
All right, what do we got?
So any more Patriots? How do we feel about Patriots? Like I said, well, once we get a little bit closer, we'll kind of do the win loss going down the schedule. Once we finally see who's actually makes the team.
I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll put it that
Oh,
way.
all right, Felder, get out of here.
I don't know. I just, my whole take is, I would say for the Patriots, I have no idea what they're going to overly look like, but I think the division right now is being way overrated.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
And I think
Buffalo hasn't done nothing. What
I
has
think
Buffalo
that
done?
we'll see what happens with
Buffalo got worse as the
their
season went on.
defense is suspect. You know, you've got still got.
Yeah, but Buffalo getting worse is still better than the Patriots.
They're better. But I'm
They're
just
better,
saying.
but I mean, it's
Jets
not
is
as
still
far
in
apart.
Now the Jets can be better now. They got the best quarterback in the league.
No,
Well, he's injured.
he's a clown.
If he comes back.
He's got a nice haircut. I seen that flop.
Yeah, he does.
He's going to be a cancer down there. I
It's so funny. He does look like Nicolas Cage.
Tua's-
on air.
And who's Miami's quarterback?
Great movie, by the way.
Tua.
Yeah,
Tua.
Did you
That's what I'm
see
saying.
a picture of him? They put up a picture on him. He looks like, I don't know if he just got fat or if he was lifting, but his legs are like tree trunks now.
Yeah, well, you get hit in the head, you still get a concussion. I
His
don't care.
brain is still mashed potato.
I don't care how big your legs are.
Yeah, for Miami. You got the
Nah.
Panthers,
No
the
thanks.
Heat, and now
Nope.
the Dolphins.
Ain't happening. Well, it could be.
I'm good right now.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Who did Miami just add? Why am I? They just added a big.
Recently,
Yeah.
they got a big corner. They brought in the real good
Oh,
cornerback.
yeah, cornerback, yeah.
That was a while ago.
I was say they added somebody big, but I still think if you look at on paper,
Isaiah Wynn? Didn't they add him?
I still think if you look on paper, Patriots are bringing up the tail end.
We'll see. You got to
Not
play the
unless they
games, Dougie.
overperform.
You got to play the games, Dougie. I mean,
I understand that.
a year ago right now, I would have told you.
I can't. I don't want to rush summer by any means, obviously.
No.
But I cannot wait till football season.
Right, but a year ago right now, you
Yeah,
tell me
plus you'll have a
the
three-month-old
Rams were one of the
running
best teams in
Yeah,
the league,
you know, whatever.
right? A year ago right now,
You'll
you
be
tell
bringing
me.
the baby over to the condo.
I'm in.
It's like, come
I'm
on.
in.
They make those backpacks in the front pack.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't care. You're fine.
I'll put it anywhere.
You know?
By the way, I don't know if we even said this, but this is officially our first
Venue.
venue podcast.
Yes, I put it up on our Instagram.
Oh, good.
Thank you for
Yeah, good
KKaties on our first venue podcast.
So it's-
and it was kind of shoot from the hip. Coach called me today at like 10 o'clock. Was like, "What do you think about KKaties?" I said, "Hey, you let me know." And then by noontime, he said, "Hey, KKaties at 5." And I said, "All right, I'll see you there."
Yeah, so this is our plan to have it at venues every week now.
I make shit happen.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you got me here, Coach.
Oh, we're gonna have it.
I called to talk to
We
Rickie.
do have a new guest coming.
You answered his phone.
We have a
and,
new guest coming in. Yeah, you can stay on, but we're gonna have to slide him in.
Uh-oh.
So this is interesting.
You
might
need to go
enjoy this
here.
Conversation.
The lovely Lisa.
Hey, Diane. There he is.
Yeah, take your time. So this
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah,
pro
he's,
fisherman.
yeah. He's on.
So he's about to head out back to Alaska.
Oh.
So we're with him.
So
on
Dougie, we're gonna
Saturday.
have to stop for a minute.
Pretty interesting. Yeah, he's on.
When you get a second, because
Taking a little break?
I got to piss.
All right.
And B,
We're gonna prep with Jason a little.
yeah,
Good. I'll take the time off because you guys are.
So real quick before we do it, let's just get all the
picks.
pro sports out of the way. Red Sox. Want to do anything Sox?
Well,
Sale on 15-day deal. At least we just get it out of the way.
Anyone who's-
Sale hurt again.
It's a shark.
I think,
So
but
I
they
heard
are what
a,
they are. They're 3 games over 500. They're going to hang there. It's pretty amazing. They're in last place in their division. If they were in the Central, they'd be in first. The MLB is, we've talked about this, a wealth of mediocrity.
Love it. We should.
And
we
if
should
they hover around
patent
500,
that,
they
put it
got
on
a chance.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
Wealth of
Wealth of
mediocrity. I like that. Big and small. Wealth of mediocrity.
I haven't
I
even
like
watched
it.
the game all year yet.
Funny story. So they had a doubleheader today. Play at 1 and I think 6. So this is another pet peeve of mine. So I don't have cable. I do the YouTube TV thing.
Yeah.
I can't watch Red Sox games.
Really?
Even if they're televised on ESPN, they
Why?
still black them out.
Wow.
You got to pay the less than $20.
I
Whatever
have
it
to
is.
pay for like the.
Oh, I
like
did
the
hear about
SM
that. It's a
network
joke.
or
Yeah,
whatnot,
yeah.
BS.
So are you really missing anything by not watching them?
No, but it's because it comes to the Brewers games. The Brewers play on SM too.
Go grab a drink. We'll call you in a minute.
But it's still just that kind of BS. But something funny one of my buddies said was death, taxes, and Chris Sale getting hurt.
Absolutely.
The 3
automatic.
He didn't even make.
Automatic.
He didn't make June. I mean, come on.
Which it is disheartening because he was starting to pitch well.
Yeah, but he's Chris Sale. He looks like the number 11. If he's still behind him.
It's like I said, you just said the Red Sox are Red Sox. Summertime, right? I mean, I like them. because I'll watch it, but it's always we've
now
talked
they're the
about.
only thing.
For me, it's background music. I get my TV on the porch, keep
Right.
something on, get the grill going, you chime in a little bit, you get the sounds, the sights. That's it.
So you're saying the Red Sox is compared to like that alarm clock that has like the ocean wave to go to sleep? Is that kind of what?
No, I like
just in
it.
the background?
No, I like it there because I like cooking, having some beers, and all that with the game on, But I'm not gonna like go. Oh my God! I have to set my calendar to
No, I got you.
catching a Sox game until if they make the playoffs. So
And you know what? Here's the
they're running
here's the
down stretch.
sad thing about that. The sad thing about that is everybody thinks the same thing. It's like, oh well, the Sox long season. They're not like invested till where they want them to win all the time, and people don't care if they're not good. People don't care, and you know what? That's the sweet spot for Henry and those guys because people still pay the price. They still go watch the game. They still bang out Fenway, but they're like a nice to have.
They're like the Bruins, right? Jacobs did it all those years. Mediocrity.
Yeah, back then, yes.
And they make money.
Right,
They
back then,
They close
absolutely.
to sell out.
Yes.
Make money, and then it's a good business.
But
Absolutely.
I'll tell you,
That's
they're
it.
running into some problems though. Their TV ratings
Terrible.
are so terrible. It's incredible.
And they're still the most expensive ticket in baseball.
Crazy.
They did a analysis and whatnot for a family of 4 to go to a Red Sox game. It's the better part of like $580.
Yeah.
That's without pocket.
But like I said before, we're gonna move on from this. We got one more thing. We're gonna do a college baseball, and then we're gonna have a special guest.
Yeah. So college baseball is your forte.
Do you want to finish with the final three after we?
Yeah, we'll do the other guests and we'll do.
Yeah. So do college baseball right now.
All right. So just again, the reason what's happening is out there, as far as venues, why we're going to venues and whatnot, is Boston sports media has nothing to talk about anymore. We're going to be more creative. We're going to have interesting guests. We won't even, some shows we might not even talk sports. We're going to do all kinds of stuff.
can
We're going to bring
bullshit
it
for an hour.
so keep the entertainment level, because right now is the absolute worst sports time.
Especially when the Sox suck.
Exactly. Well, that's the problem.
Well, it sucks because it shouldn't be. You should still,
But even with
you
it,
should
it's
still have
still-
the Celtics in the finals, and you should have the Bruins. In
Yeah,
the
we
finals.
should have
It
still-
should be the
going
best,
on. I
but
know.
it turns out to be the worst.
I know.
And now you have the Joker, who, by the way, had another triple-double, his 10th of the playoffs, and you don't hear a word about it.
He's the best. I love him.
Even all the talking heads on all the national broadcasts would still pound the dead horse of the Celtics blowing it to talk about Jokic having his 10th triple-double.
Yeah.
He should have been MVP, not that fraud Embiid.
No question. No question. He's a freak.
Yeah, he's good.
I told you, I like him.
I watched him the other night. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Talk about stealing MVPs. I think that Martin kid should have got the MVP, not
No doubt about
not
it.
Jimmy Butler. That
He
kid
was awesome.
That kid,
100%.
different.
That
Yeah.
kid was
Because
was clutch in Game 7.
Because we talked about they
Well,
got
and then they brought that up and compared it to like how when Brady got like his MVPs and whatnot, and then like
Yeah.
he gets the MVP and then like but he gives the truck to what was it? He gave
Edelman or
James,
something?
James White.
Oh, in the first,
James White.
yeah.
but they had
Yeah.
but to your
just a pat on
point,
the butt.
There you go,
your
bud.
point, game 4 when they won.
Yep.
The key we did it in the podcast
Which you were at.
Yes, it was.
was he
Martin
didn't play.
Martin didn't play?
No. That was the whole thing. We talked about pregame. So
No,
It was
you're-
Vincent.
I mean, Vincent, he was-
Yeah, no, not even. Yeah, Vincent's
Martin,
good.
sorry,
Yeah.
Vincent.
Martin's that undrafted player.
Yeah, he's good.
I mean,
he lit it up.
not only that, but you had Donaldson, the Williams College Division III Massachusetts kid, tearing up the Celtics in that series.
Robinson.
Robinson.
Duncan Robinson.
Robinson.
I was close.
The white guy.
Yes.
The white guy.
Yeah. He made
From-
It's like Jimmy Wiley always says, give it to the white guy.
Williams College.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah.
Celtics
All right.
is
Undrafted.
So you good for a break?
Yeah, hey,
Let's
guys,
yeah,
do the
thanks for
college
having me
football.
on.
yeah,
College
college
baseball.
baseball.
Quick.
All right,
Go over it.
so-
So just a quick update, college baseball. You know we do this segment every week. I'm just very excited about New England baseball right now at the collegiate level. You're looking at right now in the qualified for the NCAA Division I tournament. Boston College, Northeastern, University of Maine,
UConn?
and UConn from New England alone.
Yep.
And then
Penn from the Ivy League.
Penn from the Ivy. And
Oh, they're
then
not New England.
Division II is playing right now in the World Series, I believe.
Where's
Southern
that?
New Hampshire.
Where's D2?
It's in Cary, North Carolina.
They're playing, it's Southern New Hampshire. And then in the Division III, made it to the World Series. As you guys know, my son James's team, Endicott. Sadly, they got eliminated today, but what a run. To get all the way out there in Cedar Rapids, They went out to Cedar Rapids, Iowa,
Don't
but a
even
great,
take the plan
great
off. We're taking it
experience.
right back.
That's pretty
think they
hard.
might have taken a bus.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to do when you get up to the final 8.
Who they lose to?
I can't even tell you the schools. Baldwin, and today was Mississauga. At the Division III level outside of New England, or the West Coast, those schools are all like, I mean, they're like.
Well, they got the
it's different
year-round
progression.
play, too.
Yeah,
They're suspect.
They're great.
No, but they have great
They're
players.
big guys. It's just different. It's like Division II has far
So
fewer
did they
schools.
not play well, or were the other teams just better?
The pitching wasn't there, but from what I saw, the other teams they was good. They were good. They swung they were tough lineups, etc. But I also want to give some props to a few guys who participated, because I had a few guys who are in the tournament right now still, who played for me at Thayer. Cole Rowland is pitching for Wake Forest. Playing for Northeastern is Jack Thorborn and Sean McGee. And playing for UMaine is Colin Plant. And then obviously I coached James at Thayer as well.
And I want to add that I coached him as well.
Yeah, and Coach was helping in that staff. And we also had
Love them. Good guys.
couple Plymouth guys of note.
Yep.
Nico Brini playing at UConn, and it was fun watching him and helping him with some stuff we did. And also Cammy Kelleher, who had a monster
Southern New
year.
Hampshire.
He's up at Southern New Hampshire.
He made the all NET team, and all NE10 team.
I actually saw him yesterday on my run. I was shooting the baloney with him.
His dad.
Yeah, with his dad. So he was heading out. I think he was flying out today.
Yeah, he's
So that's pretty cool. How many teams? It's nice to have some interest in a lot of kids getting that opportunity. So
Was James able to contribute at all, or did he just go for a plane ride?
His buddies all watch this thing. They're like celebrities with them. So, but bottom line, all you guys though, big shout out to you. Hell of a year. Great to follow you. I wish all the seniors the best in what they do. But Endicott baseball is not going anywhere. I can guarantee you that.
Go ahead.
all right, Tom. You got a story to tell us.
It's a local heroes.
Oh, yeah. So here in Plymouth yesterday, there was a attempted kidnapping. I believe it was on Brady Lane.
Where's that?
It is across from the public library. Right there on South Street. And I guess there was a guy doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. Grabbed a woman and she was holding a child. And a friend of mine, Jamie Costa, lived by and heard some struggles and went out there and we yelled at him. He started running and Jamie was graduated, I think, in the class of '92 and played some football. So he did some of the Kyle Frangman training there, local coach. And he tackled the guy.
But didn't it look like the guy had a gun on him or something?
Yeah, I guess he had a couple of replica guns, but as you're going into something like that, you don't know. He risked his life trying to save somebody else.
That's awesome.
So, but
So I heard he held him down or whatever till the cop showed up.
yeah, I guess there was another. Yeah, there was another. I think they were electricians. The brothers, the Williams brothers. I went to school with Jeff Chili Williams, and he helped got rid of the gun and held him down. So the great local Plymouth PD came to apprehend the suspect.
Plymouth's finest.
Plymouth's fine. So Jamie, thank you. Like I texted you yesterday.
Thanks, brother.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Use a little more of that
Proud that you are one of those citizens that'll stand up and put yourself in harm's way. You're a great guy. I've known you a long time. Thanks, Jamie.
And not to change the subject, we're going to change the subject a little bit. KKaties has got some new fried Oreos on the menu.
Yeah, they wanted us to sample. Hoping Tommy could take a bite.
Tommy the trucker to give us
So
the
yeah,
review.
your local guests, I can see from my physique, pretty in shape. They nothing about any sports or knowledge that I had of myself besides obviously food. So this is again fried Oreos. So
Want to dip it in the whipped cream there? Oh yeah.
yeah, it's only a couple more calories.
Oh, okay,
Looks
good.
spectacular.
Delicious. All right,
I'll give it a 9.2.
Ooh,
Come on down to
9-2.
KKaties, get a burger, some wings, and don't forget the Oreos.
wash it down with a fried Oreo.
Fried Oreo.
And maybe a Miller Lite.
Or a
Or
Bud Light.
Or a coastal cocktail. All right, well, we have a next guest up.
Jason Wells.
Yeah, ready. Let's roll right into
We're
it.
ready to roll into it.
All right, guys, I had my mouth full. Thanks for having me on.
We'll see you right
Kid,
after.
thank
We're
you for
almost
coming.
done.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, always.
Tommy the Trucker.
Look for Tommy the Trucker. Look for Tommy the Trucker in future
Trademarked.
episodes. For sure.
Yeah, Tommy.
Are we still rolling?
Lisa. Tell Jason.
Yeah.
Tommy the Trucker.
Tommy the Trucker. You've heard of Thomas the Train? And we got Tommy the Trucker.
We've been at your house once.
Yeah.
Tommy the
Jason,
Trucker.
this is Tommy. Anything you guys got at the house before? All right, how can we get him in there?
Right here?
I think you're right here. We scoot you right in there. Get the whole uni.
Hey.
This is the mic.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, Coach.
So this is
you.
Doug. Have you met
Hi,
Doug?
Doug.
Yeah, I think
yeah, we
before,
met.
but
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
First of all, you like fried Oreos?
I never had them before.
You might want to try
Go
it.
ahead, give one
I've
a bit.
always wondered.
If you dip it in the whipped cream,
I'll dip it right in here.
it's fabulous. I heard.
Yes.
so we on. So yeah. So,
yeah.
so Jason's. I got to meet Jason through my neighbor, Diane. Wonderful people. They been dating for a while now, right?
Yeah. I don't know exactly, a couple of years.
Yeah. So great guy, and it ends up he has a very interesting career.
Well, before you get into that,
Yeah.
he's one hell of a golfer.
Oh yeah.
Excellent golf.
That's right.
Plays
He is
the
in the
Tuesday Night League.
We've mentioned them before.
Yes,
You've been on the podcast before.
I know.
Yeah. So
But we're disappointed we're going to lose you though for a while.
yes,
For what? With what?
because you're leaving.
Oh, yeah. That's good. But Diane will keep playing.
Yeah.
What are you drinking then?
I'm drinking Pink Whitney.
Oh, okay.
Not a pro.
Why not? Pink Whitney.
So yeah, Jason's gonna go. And Jason is leaving tomorrow, right? Or Monday
Yeah.
to back to Alaska. He's he's a sport. How do you describe it? Just a
No,
sport
commercial fishing.
commercial fishing.
Commercial fisherman. Gill netter.
Yeah, and you'll be out there for what? Almost.
I'll be there till probably August 15th.
Yeah.
And it's salmon?
Salmon fishing, yeah.
All salmon? The whole time?
Yeah. all
So salmon is starting to run
Sockeye
right
salmon.
now.
Yeah. Well, they're starting to run. About mid-June to mid-August is the prime season for the
Yeah. So for the viewers and us, we talked about this. Dougie has it up, but just explain like where you are. Where you have your own boat, one spot, the boat you're gonna be on. You
Yeah,
rotate.
because when I hear like Alaska fisherman, I think obviously like the whole deadliest catch show.
Yeah, right, no.
I think stuff like that.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's this is like that in a way, but it's salmon fishing. It's summertime, so that's a major difference.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fighting in winter. It's like a competition basically. It's derby fishing, so you get like a time period that the state sets between 7 a.m. 7 p.m. We find out the day before, and then they cut us loose, and you compete inside a boundary to basically harvest the crop of salmon.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
how do you get them? Is it nets?
yeah, nets. And so you deal with tides, winds, all that stuff, fleece running up and down the lines.
Yep.
Or the state enforcement, I should say.
So their version of like the environmental police.
Yeah, because the reason they're doing it is all those boundaries are set, by biologists that have studied the species to determine if they're going to one river or another.
Okay.
And so that line is only to hold us off of a species that they aren't, haven't went up the river in enough numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. And then usually
I got
they
you.
just cut us loose and then
So
it's free for all.
the different species determine different types of salmon you catch.
Well,
and prices
I
and
mean
things like that?
species in stock. Not in. It's the same type of fish, but they're going
Okay.
to two different rivers.
All
And
right.
some rivers are, they just don't reproduce as well. They can put the numbers that they want up in the lakes.
Yeah.
But because of nature being like kind of delta rivers, so they have to protect against not letting enough fish go up there. So that's where the lines get drawn, and that's where the competition happens. Everybody's fighting right on the line for
Yeah. Wait, so whereabouts is your first location?
It's in Bristol Bay, Alaska, which is basically, if you follow the Bering Sea down to the west coast of Alaska, it's a tiny little bay which 5 major rivers drain into, and probably 5 of the biggest salmon rivers in the world come right into that bay.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's 80% of the world's wild sockeye caught there.
So how many boats are out
I
there?
was saying, how many vessels are out
There's
there?
about 2,400, but
Holy shit!
But there's 5 different districts, and you have to name your district that you're going to fish in. So
Sounds like the Hunger Games.
yes, it is. Yeah, and if you want to change, in the mid-season, if you want to change, you have to call in to the fishing game and say I'm transferring. But then it's 48 hours sitting on the bench, basically.
So how long is the season?
The season basically goes, generally, things have changed recently with the warmer weather up there.
Okay.
But traditionally it's about June 15th to about July 15th. And now recently...
And that's every day?
You start off
7 days a week.
You start off slow, and then if there's like a big showing of fish in the rivers, the fishing game basically start cutting us loose. They basically predict or think, look at history and say, well, we're good at this period. We're just going to start. So you start a little bit slow, but then you just end up.
Yeah, because they don't want to. They
don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Right. And then you said, so the fishing times are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.?
Oh, it could be anything in Bristol Bay.
Okay.
In Cook Inlet, the other place where I fish, which we'll get into later probably, but that's pretty much set in stone, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Bristol Bay goes along with the tides, so it moves according to, we can't fish 2 hours to a low tide and 2 hours after a low tide. So those 4 hours there can't be any fishing during it. So basically they just work us around that. We fish up to it, stop, and then fish after.
Okay.
Because the beaches go dry, and
because there's a huge range of tide out in Alaska.
yeah, right. And there's another group of fishermen which are called set netters that fish off the beach, and they can't set their nets or work during the low tide. So it's basically like like an equal,
So they basically, you probably average about 500 boats per your spot. And then what do they have? Do you talk about the competition of it, really, the lanes and everything, and also you play for like points, right? At the end of the day, so we can actually update, see how he's doing.
Right. Well, pounds.
Yeah.
Can we bet on it? Are there lines?
No. You know what? That's a great idea. It could happen. It really could happen.
Why not?
But no, so every day it's so.
So what's the over/under on Jason Wells?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to know.
There's a website that gives you, so I could always tell the story. So Fisherman's story come out better because nobody can really prove that. But there's at the end of the day, at the end of every day, all the information goes into the fishing game, and then the next day on their website they say you caught a certain amount of poundage. You can see what that average is against everybody else's.
You get side bets. You get side bets going with
No, it's very competitive. I mean, it's like war competitive. But it's definitely like
Say hi to the podcast, Wesley. HOH, one of the presidents of HOH.
All right.
Don't show the picture. Cheers, Stevie.
So how big are the boats?
Well, so the 32 feet. That's the limit. You can't have any longer than 32.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a 70-footer, with like a 12-foot beam.
No, these are like 32-footers with like 17-foot beam.
Oh, okay.
They look
like a barge.
They look like like a block. Float.
Yeah.
So
And how much fish can you store on one of those?
Well, you used to be able to before. Well, so everything's evolving with markets and everything, and now they want us to keep all the fish cold, which means you got to run water, like a water system. So that that's a lot of poundage right there. These boats,
Is it live?
yeah, well, no, not live wells, but it's like a chilling system where water runs on top.
Yeah.
And so, for instance, the boat that I'm fishing there, if you didn't have any water and you just loaded fish like we used to, it could hold like 22,000 pounds. But the way we need to carry them now is like 12,000 pounds. Half water, half.
because of water, yeah.
Yeah, right. So.
And then once you hit your 12,000, do you have to go back to?
Yeah, you're gonna sink if you don't go get rid of them. But we get rid of them to the deadliest catch boats. They sit right outside the line, and that's what they do in their off season.
Oh yeah.
Contracts.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, contracts for the.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so
there's no real waste of time.
right, no.
You can offload them in the 12 hours you can't fish.
Yes, I can run. Yeah, right. It's quick. It's all. It's it's up to the minute there.
Wow. Like a well-oiled machine, you know.
But-
They got it all. They got it down.
All the boats you've seen on Deadliest Catch all sit, or a lot of them sit right outside.
Cornelia Marie.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, I don't deliver to that. They have a contract for another cannery, but so you take your fish over to that. So 32 foot is the reason why they did that. So people can't, because at some point when there's enough fish up the river, they just let us go around the clock, and then somebody could just sit and fill a boat until, if it was a 50-foot boat, they could put 50,000 pounds in it.
Yeah.
And that diminishes the product. So basically, they came up with the idea that a 32-foot boat was the limit. So it's kind of like NASCAR. In a way, everybody has to fit in to a thing. But what they've done is just they get wider and taller.
Yeah, so then once then you finish up there, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then when you're there, is that your boat or is that?
No, I captained that for another guy. Yeah.
So he's the captain. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
So did you go to school for that?
No, I'm third generation fisherman.
No kidding.
Yeah,
So he captained someone else's, and then now your next venue stop up.
Yeah, that's another different place in Alaska. That's Cook Inlet, and that's the same kind of fishing, but much more. It sounds like it's more of an ocean area with less fish. So you got to it's more like tuna fishing. You got to know the water.
So do you have bait?
No, but you just have to know your. You just can't drive out into a pile of fish right offshore.
Right.
And
You
that's
got to
your
find them.
vessel, right?
What's that?
That's yours.
Yeah, I have. That's the boat I inherited from my dad when I was.
What's the name
So
of
I
the
went from kid to captain, 16 to 17. He died.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, huh?
But that's how I started fishing.
What's the name of the boat?
The Hawk.
The Hawk.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I do too.
Roger Williams.
Love it. Hawk.
Wow.
Jess, if you're not too busy, could I grab another Bud Light, please?
Yes. Miller Lite.
Fine, thank you.
I'm good, thank you. I appreciate it.
But yeah, that's awesome. So that's exciting.
So what is the
What's up, buddy?
the first day, the travel out there? So what's the you're flying out of Boston, I'm assuming?
Yes.
So where do you
So there'll be
what's it like getting out to Alaska?
Oh, there'll be one stop in between. I've probably read it once, but I don't know it now. I'll look at it again. And then, but there might be two. Sometimes you stop like in mid country, and then Seattle to Anchorage.
Okay.
And then in Alaska, everything flies into Anchorage, and then you get on a puddle jumper to all the other cities. So then
Alaska's massive.
Yeah, it'll be like a half-hour flight after I get there.
A full day of traveling.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's it's so funny because it's such an unknown world out there. Nobody really knows about it. Like I said, when I think about it, you think about like Deadliest Catch, middle of the night. These guys are just pulling up crab pots, but it's so much different from what you're doing.
Right. Well, look at how popular the shows are on TV, and that what you just said is the reason. It's like this unknown world for the rest of America.
Yeah.
But it's someplace where everybody should go.
You know who will never go there?
What's that?
No, we'll never go there.
Who?
Ricky.
Why?
Because it's cold.
Oh,
Yeah, too cold.
No, not in the summer.
It's nice.
It's
James was good enough.
Yeah.
I would have had him play in the Alaskan League. I would have
right.
been out there.
Yeah, there's a great.
Alaskan actually has
yeah.
the second best.
Yeah.
One of
really?
Navy's top. Second best college amateur league in the country.
Right.
It's the Cape in Alaska. The two
That's because
most
the
famous
summertime they get like, what is it, like 20 hours of sunlight?
Yeah,
24.
and the weather's nice. It's 70 degrees. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so he knows where some of the teams play and everything.
Yeah,
We were talking about
the second place where I fish right down the road is the Peninsula Oilers, and I go watch them all the time. And their board of all the people who have gone pro is huge. Oh yeah. I mean, I can't remember any of them now, but they're just like
Obviously, on the spot, right?
Yeah.
Who's on the list? Ah, shit.
household
I
names.
don't know.
And I should at least be able to remember one, but it's like household names. You just read it, you're like, wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, oh yeah, and it's been that league's been there a long time.
Yeah.
So a lot of the West Coast kids stay out there.
Yeah.
Some East Coast kids go too. But a lot of West Coast kids, they're right there. But it's phenomenal.
So who cares for the boat when you aren't?
Oh, it would be like any of these
Marinas.
Any of these marinas here. You put it up in the yard.
Okay.
And then there's a night watchman. Yeah, it's just the boats just spend a minute time of the year in the water. Yeah. Mostly in the snow. Yeah.
It's intriguing.
Yeah.
I wish there was a TV show on it.
Right. Well,
I know. I'm gonna have them send us some video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, cause
hopefully.
you see the crab fishermen, but it's like, let's see something else. Let's see these 2,400 boats just
Yeah, I know.
in this thing. It's just going at it.
Actually, there are shows, but they just didn't make it because, in my opinion,
It's not deadly enough.
no. Whoever made the show just didn't have the foresight to figure out what was going to sell from it.
Okay.
And prior to the Deadliest Catch, I used to talk about it with my friends in Kenai, and we could film this and people would love it. Yeah, it was like 1990. I was saying that.
Well, plus it's probably like that time of year you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's probably even beyond the fishing part, the scenery.
Oh no, and the guys all who are coming up on their
Yeah, and the competition of it to
Yes,
see
yeah.
that. I mean, that's so yes, we're gonna try and get some video bi-weekly, and we're gonna get a scoreboard up.
Yeah, it seems cool because, like you said, 7 to 7, so you still have time to.
All right, so here's the deal. How many?
Shower.
Hold on, 1 second.
Yeah.
How many pounds do you is your goal?
Ooh.
If I can get 100,000 pounds, it's been a successful year.
All right, we got predictions right here.
100,000 pounds, coach. Over or under?
I'm going over. 103.
103, Doug.
Latham, you want in this?
It's going to be a bumper crop. Is he there?
Is he
Where
gonna
is he?
get over or under 100,000 pounds of salmon?
I'm going to go over.
All right, Truckee.
How much?
put Tommy.
How
Make
much
sure
can your boat
Tommy's-
hold in like for one hold?
12,000.
12,000 before I got to get rid of them.
We went over this kid. You got to pay attention.
10 days of fishing.
Listen, Dougie's doing math over here.
Yeah.
Look at him.
3 months.
Like
that
we
means
do
you
with
gotta
your
fill it every
with you
day.
with your tab.
At least once a day. Yeah.
Depends how good the crop is.
All right, come on. Let's
Yeah, over. Now we're gonna go over.
Bumper crop this year. I'm thinking.
106.
It's like me.
All right, I don't want to bet against him on this, but I have to.
No,
but I'm going.
that's a
listen,
jerk move.
listen.
That's a
listen,
jerk move.
I'm going.
Even if he comes in at
Quiet.
like 95, you're still
I'm
gonna
going
go
2
over.
pounds under.
I appreciate it.
pounds?
You got somebody's got to
So
go on
nine-
the other side.
Well, he went $10 under my other thing. So I mean,
2
like,
pounds under. They'll still be happy. It's Rick pounds.
Is that
Oh, no, because they give you bonuses.
craft? Is that craft right
So
for over?
if you get 100,000 pounds, you get a bonus.
there? Oh, there you go.
If you get 125,000 pounds, you get a bigger bonus.
Ooh.
If you
I'm
get
going
150,
all right, I'm going 125,000.
then you get then it
Rickie's
goes up
going-
to 200, then it goes 250, then it goes 300.
Holy
Oh, I didn't
shit.
know both of them.
Well, yeah,
All right,
what's
I'm
the
going
average?
100.
Oh, let's back up. Let's back up. What's
is
the
that-
best
is
year
that
you ever had?
The best I've ever had there.
Under the new rules with the water and shit.
Well, so the best I've ever had here is 103.
I think I said that. 103. I did.
Yeah, I said 106.
I like it. All right, good.
Well, I'm feeling a big year up there. It's weather's warm.
I know.
Last year was the biggest year ever in history. Most fish and best price.
All right. So I'm going.
So it
I'm
was-
going.
yeah.
I'm going with it's getting the double bonus. I'm taking the double bonus.
You just told me you're taking the under.
Well, I didn't realize the bonuses were involved, so I got to support that.
How do you just had a 25,000-pound swing.
No, yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go 2 pounds on there.
Now I'm going way beyond. I'm going.
So you're doing
I'm doing
125.
the double bonus, and he's buying me drinks. So
Right? Yeah.
I love
down a couple trees. I'm telling you. No, I'm kidding.
hey,
Yes.
hey, if Amy's not Steven
Yeah, you
Fields,
need to.
See my
You
view
need
a little
to.
better. You didn't hear it here first.
He's right.
All right, so you're welcome. Thanks so much, Jason. Appreciate it. That was
Yes,
awesome.
thank you. We wish you.
But you're welcome to stay on. We're going to talk. You can add in if you'd like to do it. Our last segment today.
Oh,
Top
sure.
three.
I'd like
Go ahead.
to
It's
talk
gonna-
about something I don't.
Well, it's, yeah, this is a little bit off subject.
But it
Go
didn't
ahead.
look like a crazy.
Top three?
Yeah.
So
Right?
at the end of every segment or show rather, we end it with the question of a top three. So this week's top three is going to be best wings places.
Where you've ever been.
Yes, you've done the best wings.
Yeah.
So like last week we did like your top three pet peeves.
He's had a few. Could be a
We've
place
had
in,
like top three like vacation spots. Top
Could be in
three,
Alaska.
like
Could be
gangster
Alaska
wings.
wings.
So it's just like a little something at the end of the segment, just to kind of like
Could be local.
just to kind of wrap it up.
Could be Alaska
so
wing
anywhere,
places.
whatever you want. So being our guest, you can start it off with your
A couple things and I'm like,
top three wing place.
Number
Well,
one.
my number one is all three. It's called PT. It was called PT's local bar in Key West.
There you go.
And they did a
Key
jerk.
West.
Wow.
Never
Yeah.
had the pleasure of Key
He
West.
lived in
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
He lived in Key West.
And they did a jerk chicken wing that was like the whole town was addicted to it. And I used to play basketball with the owner,
settle down. We don't
and he moved to a new, like, extremely successful spot from PT's called the Hogfish, which he moved out of Key West, like, and brought everybody back to the real Key West feeling. Kind of moved back to the ghetto the way Key West used to be. But his restaurant is hugely successful. But I have asked him since about the recipe to that, and he couldn't get it from his chef that he had. And he said, I've been trying to figure it out
Oh wow.
in his new restaurant, which is really successful for, he said, like 10 years. He said, almost got it. But
So where is it, Luke? Where are those? Is PT still in Key West?
no, it isn't. The smoking law.
So where is his wings now? Where if someone wanted to find him?
It's on Stock Island, Key West.
Stock Island, Key West.
Hogfish Bar and Grill.
Hogfish
Yes.
Bar and Grill.
Hogfish Bar and Grill.
Put that down. We want to put that.
And
We
wow.
the wings, I ordered them, and they're they're like one, they're just something.
I'm gonna jump in here. Read how we
Something, some master chef.
Wow.
All right, Coach. You want to go next?
Talk about coming right into it. They have a great story. That was awesome. All right, so yeah, I got a story here.
He's gonna stay in the game.
So
after all that.
back when Patrick was playing hockey in juniors, we had to go out to upstate New York, and I went to Rochester, New York.
Dead and then go stay in the game.
Yeah,
Right?
and there was a bar there.
Okay.
It was like a dive bar
Staying in the game.
called Big Jim's.
Big Jim's.
Big Jim's.
Okay.
Where was it again?
It was in Rochester, New York.
But he could have said
The most
That's a Buffalo Wing territory, obviously. Yeah.
they were like nothing I've ever seen before.
Okay.
First of all, like it's like they're wings on steroids. They're like fat, big fat wings, and the buffalo wings, they were outrageous. Best I've ever had in my entire life. It blows away buff.
my nose. Now.
Douglas.
Mine is actually it's a local place, but not in Plymouth. I did a little stint in Middleborough when me and the lovely April moved in with each other. A place called Harry's Bar and Grill. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
So the airplanes?
Yes.
Yes, I've been there.
Yes, right across from Dave's Diner.
It's a diner. Yep.
And they have the wings, but they're the big wings, like the jumbo wings.
Shocking. They both
Is that batter or is that wing?
What's that?
Is it like a battered wing? Or
No, they're like
Big fat wing.
Oh,
they're like the
like
and I don't know how they do it. They're
chicken.
like the
Thick.
Chinese places. How they
Thick.
do them like what?
Thick.
No, not thick.
No, these are thick, full of wings. Full of meat.
They're full wings, but there's no like batter on it.
Oh no. I'm talking about like all meat. They're like
No.
this big.
And this place is like, and they do half price wings on Tuesday, and the line is literally out the door.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I've been there. I like it.
Dave's Diner, right down 18 in Middleborough.
not Dave's Diner,
No,
the
not
other
Dave's Diner. Harry's.
I know what it is. Yeah, you know,
Yeah. And then if you want like a good breakfast joint,
Diner.
Dave's Diner across the way got their liquor license. You can nice Bloody Mary in there. I don't know if you do Bloodies, but no.
There's a do blood.
Well, breakfast is breakfast is tough for you, you know.
No bloody lights. Well, I'm gonna throw a shout out to some of my favorite wings right here. Which, if it wasn't for me,
into the crowd.
if it wasn't
There you go.
If it wasn't for me,
The brown nose.
yelling at Dougie, Coach, and Tommy over there, you wouldn't even have seen these because they wanted to confirm. But I said we need these.
Delicious. They're delicious.
They are excellent.
These are the gold. They're the gold rush.
Gold fever.
Gold fever.
Yes.
Yeah, gold fever. Right.
Yeah, gold
the gold
fever.
rush was a movement.
Right. It was 1800.
So what's your wings? What's your wings? Come
Well,
on.
that's it. So I love the
The KKaties wings. Okay.
Top 3 in Plymouth.
Okay.
And he was evading the police.
Coach.
No, Jason.
He said all three was the one the same.
The only, those are really the only wings I know. And then they kind of transferred to the next place.
Now he's gonna have
So, 1 and 2, there's no 3.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. I am gonna go with. I know. I'm thinking.
Most people just let that go.
There's this little dive. It's not even I don't even know the name of it, but it's in the Marlboro hockey rink with his 8 rinks.
Never been.
What?
It's in the rink?
It's in the rink.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the back corner. They make wings. They have the unbelievable.
The sports center?
Yes.
With the clam chowder place?
Yes, clam chowder. Awesome wings. Awesome wings.
You must have been at the lounge for a while, then you went over.
Maybe I did. But
They have
no.
a bar inside the ring.
After skating.
Yeah, it's right in there. It's always like
It's 8 rings. The clam chowder place, unbelievable. And the wings.
I know exactly what that is.
Yes. Very good.
So mine is actually my number 2 is from a chain restaurant actually, but the Gold Fever wings from the 99 are delicious. They're boneless, and you give me an XL order with a bucket of blue cheese, happy camper.
You can make those in your living room.
That's pretty good, Chow.
I like the 99.
The 9s.
It's nothing crazy, but it's just good. For me personally, the Gold Fever wings from the 99.
What's the whole finger flavor?
It's this flavor, but just a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's a mixture.
It's like a sweet.
Yeah, a little bit sweeter.
So they add a little
Yes,
sweet,
a little bit.
savory.
It's a
It's a
combo.
little tang to it, but it's sweet.
It's a combo of buffalo
Yeah.
wing sauce
Yeah,
and
yeah.
barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
It's so good.
I didn't know that.
So
It's
those
good.
are like so you.
And
can-
it's funny because I always forget about the 99 because it's over at Exit 5.
Correct.
Which is
the old
Exit
if you're
5.
going towards Home Depot.
When New
Yeah,
when
by
New
Home
Tokyo.
that's my favorite road up there.
Yeah, but
Hey
it's,
guys, I had to come
it's,
interrupt. You can't put a chain restaurant in the best wing.
I agree.
I just
Why
to
not?
say that.
Get in there.
why not?
It
you
just
wanna
can't
throw
do it.
I'm sorry, it's
That's like
my
saying-
top 3, not Tommy Latham's top 3.
That's like saying that's like saying they have good soup. Their soup comes in a bag. You know what I
Okay.
mean? They're frozen wings.
Okay.
All right, now listen.
That's it.
Listen, I'm no stranger. I'm 250 pounds, all right? All right? Jesus.
Well, I'm going to steal it from Coach because I could stay local because I got a few.
Whatever you want.
But
guarantee you won't
the
get
best wings in all of Boston and all around is Buff's Pub
Buffs,
in New England. In Newton Corner. If you haven't been there, it is an absolute must. Awesome bar.
Did you
Similar to this.
already have them for a top 3 of something?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Well, no, we talked about because I visited there.
Okay.
You know when we did our what's
All right,
doing,
I didn't know if you threw them in
which
for
we
a
don't
top
have
3
time
as
this
well.
week. What we've done lately, but
It's very similar to this.
By the way, if they're listening, we could do a road game venue there. If they would have us.
I can have that set up. Tuca Rask lights it there.
Okay.
top threes make it
But
top
not on
10.
game day though. Can't do
But
it on
they
game
do
day.
there too. You can do your order flat
flats or not. If you just like flats.
Ooh, okay.
So a lot of the Buffalo guys, like Coco Felix, he's from Buffalo.
Yep.
He's a flats guy.
Okay.
So you can either do a mix or you
That's
can do
all right.
flats or not.
I won't hold it again.
It's insane how it's insane. A great venue, cold beers.
Okay.
Good spot.
Why do people like flats instead of
I don't know.
They're less
A lot of
messy?
people just. I think,
Yeah, I think they're easy to eat.
less messy?
I think they. I think they.
I feel like it's more work to eat the flat.
Flat's a little bit more like a chip, though. Sort of like just eating
You
a
gotta
chip.
put two hands on it though. The other one you can kind of just.
You like going at it.
Yeah, the drum you can just go at it, you know?
Anyway,
All right.
back in the early 2000s,
Jesus. There we go.
I was working at Wells Fargo Bank in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there was a Applebee's there. And I know we're frowning on change, but the Applebee's in Charlotte
Hey, Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Applebee's.
had the
Good wings at
best
Applebee's,
wings.
right? You want to have a talk with them?
It was in Charlotte. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Applebee's. They were so good that Bank of America took them over. So that tells you how good Applebee's is. I don't.
When I first moved there, that was the only
Coach,
restaurant I
was this
went
when
to.
you and
Applebee's?
Mrs. Hilton first got married out at
No, this
Applebee's?
is when I was working in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there was an Applebee's there that had really good wings.
I think it was, you must have been like lower in management or something, or maybe the janitor, because it was probably like 2 for $10 night or something. Is that why it was good at Applebee's?
Yes.
We got
Yes.
KKaties. They work hard for this stuff, and then all this chain stuff comes out of bags.
You don't think those
Can't
came in a
compare.
frozen bag?
Hey, we're not. Hey, that's responsible.
So mine is going to be, I don't know if they still have the deal, but Speedwell.
Oh,
Very good wings
yes.
at Speedwell.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
Very good wings. But if I'm not mistaken, it was like $20. You got a pitcher of beer and all you can eat wings. I don't know if that's still a thing.
I haven't seen that,
Should be though.
No.
but they do a nice job there. I told you, I like
Speedwell, very good wings.
Lovely Lisa and I are big fans of Speedwell. I love the wrap. They have the great wings. The wraps are excellent, and I like their chopped salad.
All right.
Salad guy, okay.
Next for me, if you jumped on that one. What am I at? I'm gonna add. I gotta add one down the road if no one picks it.
Well,
I'm gonna go to Gillis.
down the road.
Well, I have another one that I want to give shout out to down here, but
Well, we're all done with our three. So.
Oh, I'm the last guy.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, so definitely Gillis's Family Tavern right over here. You
Okay.
Oh yeah, I like
should
that.
try those.
Yeah, the grist mill.
Yeah, exactly. Good spot.
Yeah, I like that.
What are those fish that are running up and down there?
Those are little
Pickerel?
Running of the herring or something?
herring. Yeah, they're herring.
That's a big deal.
bait fish.
Yeah, they do a whole thing for that. They come running
Yeah,
up the river.
it's very neat. I read those.
The Heron run gave it away.
If you need some bait, Rickie's got a nice little koi pond in his front yard.
I
You
think-
can take
yeah.
some with you.
Are they dead?
I think it's polluted right now.
That's why they're neon orange.
Well, when I first moved in, I killed them all by accident.
Oh, you
Someone
did?
said to feed them,
Oh, I didn't
so I
know that.
fed them and they blew up like ticks. They were all dead.
Oh, I didn't know that. I saw them before you ever moved in there.
There's no oxygen left. So
Oh,
the
the
big
food?
guys died. The little ones still survived. And then I had $6.
Oh, so they got too big and sucked up all the oxygen? Oh, boy.
I gotta figure that out. It's next
Yeah.
story. Hopefully this rain will help. But
Oh,
I also
my
gave a
God.
shout out. You like them too, don't you?
What?
Main Street. Solid wings at Main Street.
I don't think I've had the wings. Oh yes, I did have the wings at Main Street.
Stevie Rich.
Oh my goodness
You gonna put in and
gracious.
give a hello? Good.
Hi.
Do we want to give a hello? Yes.
Diane?
Oh, thank you.
Lovely Lisa?
Lisa. Just Lisa.
She ain't doing it.
Lovely Lisa, get in here, lovely Lisa. Get in here.
Who's LPP over there at the bar? You might want to,
LPP, come on. I'll turn it around. I'll zoom in on you.
But you know who's a fan? You know who's a fan too of the Main Street wings is Stevie Rich.
Stevie Rich.
Yes, who's dying to come on again. He wants to do a soccer segment.
Oh,
Is there karaoke tonight?
I don't know what Stevie is tonight. I don't know. No, there's no karaoke. I don't think it's karaoke.
No Jeep Up karaoke tonight?
No,
no, we're good there.
Usually not on the weekends.
Okay.
But yeah, I like that. They're probably my top 3. I think they're my top 3 wings.
I'm definitely having a fried freaking Oreo.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right.
Well, off camera though, so nobody can see me kind of shove in my face.
Are we good? What do you got? Anything else?
Yes. No, we're all good. We wish you the best of luck out there, and
Good luck with everything.
in Alaska. Definitely send us some video footage so we can put it out there. I'd love to see what it's actually.
Tommy,
What it's like, Tommy. You want to get on in
Come on
here
over. We need you in there for
and say some goodbyes?
Yeah. I'll send you updates on.
Yes,
Tommy
please
the
do.
trucker. Chevy,
Yeah,
thanks
the
for coming
trucker.
on this week.
Thank you, Tommy.
And
Not the bus boat, because I'm not a one-upper, but I did gill net in North Carolina back in '97 for dogfish and monk.
Much harder to pick than salmon.
Oh, but
You're just
Tommy's
a
not
wealth of information.
Well, no,
aren't ya?
he's not a one-up.
it was
Yeah,
it was a
so
seasickness.
You know what? That
Such
definitely
a
wasn't a
one-upper.
one-up. I mean,
Well,
salmon versus
I tell you what,
dogfish.
that's
one
a
of
lot
my
harder.
pet peeves.
That's
Hey.
a lot harder than salmon fishing. Monkfish and dogfish. Dogfish is a little
Yeah,
sharp.
but who eats that shit? Nobody.
Japanese.
Dog food.
Yeah, they shipped all that over to Japan.
Monkfish are
Poor man's
big
lobsters,
commodity.
they call.
Yeah.
I've never eaten one, but thanks again, guys, for having us on.
It was great.
Yeah, we'll have to have you guys back on and not even talk sports and just talk.
What?
That's our whole thing.
100%.
KKaties,
Yes,
thank you to Jay.
KKaties. Thank you to KKaties.
for hosting us.
Again,
this
thank
week.
you, Jamie Costa, local heroes of yesterday.
Yes.
And fried Oreos with delicious.
Yes.
And good to see Wesley over there. Getting
Yes.
Where'd you go? The burger, Wesley?
Beautiful.
Nice, good.
All right.
KKaties burger or Bubba burger? Which one's better? Bubba burger? Okay, yeah, all right.
All right.
Alrighty.
Shout out over it, Doug.
We'll see you next
Great
week.
job, boys.
See you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Venue to be determined.
That's right.